Call to order the meeting of the Douglas Personnel Board, June 17th, 2021 at 2:30. And we do have a quorum. I have a thing popped up here. There we go. Okay, we have a quorum. The minutes from May 20th. Everybody all set with those?
Well, so Betty, you had sent something that we didn't really have much there. We just had a meeting. Is that what
that was April. I don't think we ended up having a meeting. It was one of those meetings where nobody could, we got in real late and there was nothing to discuss because we hadn't heard from Matt. So I had nothing on that page for April, but I did send May minutes.
Yeah.
Is that the right order you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I didn't read those, but.
We mentioned that longevity was approved at the annual town meeting and that Kristen had done the template. That's about all we really mentioned.
Okay. I move we accept the minutes of May.
Okay.
Nice second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Minutes are accepted. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is job description template. I did email that to Matt at the end of the last meeting, and I have not heard back. And that's our status on the job template. The next one is the letter to the administrator and selection status with all the missing job descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything on any of those. And I thought the next thing I should probably do is actually go to the town hall and get myself a thumb drive and ask them to please download it on my thumb drive. Maybe that will be able to get them that way. As far as like the time limit things and stuff like that, like I said, I haven't heard anything back from my letter to the our letter to the selectmen. So, what do you think of that? They can't really say it's still open to the public as far as us being able to see them, correct?
Right. Now, Suzanne's last day is the 30th, I believe. And, I'm not sure if the girl that's replacing her was the fire department secretary, Lisa. I'm not sure if she's been trained enough to be able to do it yet.
Okay.
You may want to get in before Suzanne leaves.
Okay, so the 30th. We'll pick up a thumb drive. Okay, and get there by the June 30th. Okay. Annual reviews. I talked with the treasurer. I was told to check with the town treasurer, and she told me that they basically, the department heads do the reviews and they file them in each of their own departments and then send a copy to Matt. So I should probably contact Matt and ask him if they have had the reviews for 2019 and also 2020. And she said she was going to forward that message that we talked to him. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. But I haven't heard anything more about the reviews, annual reviews. Okay, and about that. All right, the next is minutes online. I know Ellie wants to speak about that because I saw we got an information letter here.
Yeah, well, what Justin or Chris Furno actually had written to me, I think, and said, this is what you have to do. And so Justin's been sending her the library minutes. I send them to all the trustees and Justin. So after they're approved, then he forwards them to whatever the town clerk is doing. And then he also posts them on the library website. So he's done that since January, I think. So that's the way it goes. But we're required to send a copy that is email. You can email or you can mail it. Emailing is easier to Chris so that she can have a record of it as
Right.
official keeper of the minutes.
But as far as those are the library minutes, but as far as the personnel board minutes,
well, they same thing. Betty Ann, after they're approved, she would send them to Chris. And then, but we haven't decided to put them we've never put them anywhere else except for
That bulletin board.
that bulletin board, which apparently is
no one uses.
Right.
except I did and Betty Ann did.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, up until I don't know, a few years ago. So we couldn't actually post them on the town's website under personnel. That would be easy.
Yeah, but I think you also have to have a copy go to Chris.
Well, right.
We
Right.
should do that anyways. That's the town clerk. But as far as
The library has its own website, so that's where Justin is posting them as well. But the official ones, after they've been approved, go to Chris.
Okay, I know we were talking about job descriptions. That's the next item, online access as well. And Christopher basically said get a hold of Dave or Tony in IT. And I did call and to inquire about that. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. I guess they're only there Wednesdays in person. So that's still up in the air. But I'll include our minutes as well. Because I think our minutes and the job descriptions, you should be able to put them on either our own page that we have or some place that's accessible for everybody to see. Okay. Anything else on that? Okay. Policy and procedures review. I've got Betty Ann's information, and what I'm going to do is I've got Ellie's as well in mine. So I'll put it into a Word doc for next meeting, so it's all in one. That way there we can see any issues that we're concerned with, and then go from there as far as present that to Matt for some changes to the policy and procedures. So if we combine it all and then submit it. Okay, does that sound okay with you? So next meeting, it should be
if we ever see Matt again.
If we do ever see Matt again, right? So anyways, what I'm going to do is just put them in like a Word doc, like Ellie puts in a Word doc, and yours is I'll cut and paste. And then, like I said, I'll bring it to the next meeting and I'll email it to you ahead of time so you can see everything and then say, okay, this is what we need to send for our feedback of what needs to be, fixed. Anything more on that, ladies? Okay. All right. Do we have any old business you can think of?
I don't.
You don't?
I have a new business one.
Okay. We can go in for new business, yeah.
Okay. I think anybody can do this actually, but I think we're at a standstill with the town on what our job is as personnel, and I don't want to waste our time or their time. And so I'm willing to propose changes to the town bylaw, and we can review those at a meeting, maybe next meeting, to sort of remove us from our role and not have it as a role. Although I enjoy doing this, I just think we're not getting anywhere, and it's very frustrating. And all of us have really good ideas. And you know, and it's,
Well, that's the saying. We want to help, like help out with the job descriptions and help out, just trying to track stuff, make sure it's completed. Like the annual review should have been done, and things that would help. And I don't know why they don't care
because
for our
another
help.
alternative to that would be not do anything and ask for a meeting with the selectmen and when the town administrator is there, at one of their selectmen meetings and just say, what do you see as our role? And if we're told, oh, you're very important to us, that doesn't really do much. It's we're not that important if what work that we
Right.
do.
Right. He said he values our opinion. Well, when are we supposed to give it to him?
Yeah, and so that's why, and one of the problems is that the bylaw has us in there still.
Right.
And so we could, discuss, well, do you want us taken out of the, and have them publicly talk
Right.
About what
Exactly.
our role is. Yeah.
what our role is, and no, I guess what your proposal is, and then if it's coming from us instead of them saying, bang, bang, you're dead,
Yeah.
that it's more friendly to our fathers that be.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So next meeting we should discuss what our role was or going to be. Basically, review the policies and procedures. No, bylaw. Review the bylaw. Get a list of what we expect to do. And then I remember I still have the selectman's message on what he expected us to do. They did. And I remember showing that to Matt. But it seems like what they had said that we were going to do and what we're actually given to do right now is it's up in the air because we're not getting any feedback and no response, no more communication from the selectman or the administrator. So it's a little frustrating because how can you advise someone that, if that's what we are, advisory board, how can you advise anybody if they're not even willing to accept anything that we have to say?
But, he doesn't even take our advice. And as far as I'm concerned, I agree with Ellie. Either give us some duties or get rid of us. We can talk every month, and if Matt has no intention of listening to us or taking any of our suggestions, what's the point?
I think like even with the new job description template, which is very professional as far as like, the logo and then they would all be the same. It's like using us with our time to be able to at least put the information that's current into the new format and then have them go back and review it or whatever. It's something that would save them time,
Right, if they use it.
If they, right. Versus
But,
just,
like the job reviews, they're not being done.
yeah.
We put a lot of time into that form, and they haven't been done for a few years.
Yeah. Okay, so how about the next meeting, we look at, like I said, the bylaw,
Mm-hmm.
and review that and see what our job duties are. And then I still would like to look at the selectmen's message to us on what our duties are.
Yeah, and if you could, I don't know what mine is. If you find yours easily, could you forward it to?
Right. I don't remember it either.
Well, it's a hard copy, but I know I had to put a date on it because it wasn't a date, and it annoyed me when I first joined this board. Is like, why don't people put dates on things? It just drives me nuts. And
Right.
I put a date on it when I received it, even though it was before then or whatever.
Was this before Matt came, that you got this letter from the?
It was Mike, yeah. When the whole thing was changed over, and it was Mike
Yes.
was there, and there was from the selectmen themselves saying what our duties are, So, like I said, I'll try to get that copied. I'm trying to think.
Because it's probably changed a bit, because.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it has, but this was like after, what was it called? The the thing that made the town administrator.
Oh, the
Special legislation.
act.
Yeah.
Special act, thank you. Special act. This was after the special act, when Mike was in charge, that letter was issued to us. And that one there was like, okay, it's defined as this, and that, which was great, because it was like, these are the things that we need to do. But like I said, now it's very vague. That's what I
And
said.
that was by the lawyer, right? Brian Mazer?
I'd have to look it up, but I know that basically it was from the selectmen, because they had said, well, these are your duties. And it's just, okay, fine, nothing much changed, so. All right, so like I said, let's review the bylaw, and I'll get a copy of the selectmen's letter. And get a copy to you ladies, see what the changes are.
But I also, we should talk about meeting with the selectmen and administrator at a meeting.
That's what I was hoping our letter would do, is they would ask us to come in.
Yeah.
It's like, here you can see our letter stating we're not getting any job descriptions, period. And that was one of the requirements of our job, is the administrator shall, the word was shall, give us the job descriptions, which we're not getting. And the other one was that time limit thing, which was ridiculous. And that's what I thought would initiate, they would invite us to their meeting so that we could talk about this, because obviously, you can't do a job when you don't even know what the criteria is anymore.
Yeah, and they have a hard time getting people on any committee, and this here are three anxious
Anxious to help
residents,
out.
Right.
I can do without it, but
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I hear you. That's what I say. I hope they continue Zoom meetings, because I'm sure there'd be more participants,
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's like, hey guys, come to the 21st century.
Right.
So, all right. So the bylaw review and the selectman letter. I'll do the selectman letter, and copies to you. And then after that, probably after the next meeting, we'll discuss about going to the selectmen's meeting, getting on their agenda.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that would just be a request through the secretary, I guess, the new secretary. Unless Suzanne wants to do it at the last minute. It's on the agenda.
Okay. Well, like I said, we get next meeting to discuss what we feel what we feel that our job duties are, and then after that, and then like
Maybe we should wait until they have another election and we actually have 5 selectmen.
Yeah.
I thought don't we have 5?
No.
No, we've got 4, and
There
somebody.
was a tie, right? Was there a tie?
Guys didn't make it.
And then there was another tie in the recount, and so
Mike
gonna-
got in, but then on Dennis's page, I don't know if you read that, Diane.
somebody told me about it.
Yeah, it says, this is not for the tie. So I don't know what that means at all.
I think town council had said if they could go with 4 selectmen until the next election,
Yeah.
or they could call a special election, and that would negate everything. It would be like a brand new election. People could take out papers, and Mike would have to run again. All 3 of them would have to run again.
Oh, I didn't get that
So-
part of it, but that's what Dennis's Facebook page said. So
Yeah.
maybe, what you say is true, but Mike was at the last selectmen's meeting. And
Right.
So, and the 4 of them, he voted. It wasn't like he was not, that's why I don't think he is a selectman now.
Right.
Why does he have, and his stay doesn't expire for 3 years.
Right. And I didn't think he had to run again, but Dennis Bishop's page said he did.
Yeah, which is, I don't know where he got that from, because I don't think
I don't know
it's
either.
the lawyers, but, so, well, anyway, and they are planning to have that special election in September.
September?
22nd, I think.
So right now, because the tie, they
But we don't, here, I think one thing is just for two people that are running. And for one, or no, it isn't. It's for that last seat.
Right.
So any
Right.
number of people can run for that. I mean, it can,
Good run. That's right.
so all of us could run for that seat. We need a woman on it.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
We don't.
All right. Oh. Okay.
All right, let's see when our next meeting will be.
Yeah. July the 15th or the 22nd, ladies?
Let's see. And then I gotta get to July.
Either one's okay with me.
Yes,
You're
that's
fine?
fine for me
So
too.
go try for the 15th.
Okay,
All right. Now, I'm going to set up another Zoom meeting, ladies.
Okay, no, that's good. I like this. Because then I
Okay.
can do it up in Vermont if we want to go. to
Well, the
Vermont.
governor said it would be fine.
Yeah,
So, and I think we should continue. My gosh, like I said, this day and age. So, 2:30 on the 15th for the next meeting.
sounds good. I make a motion, we adjourn.
All in
Second.
favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.